everybody, it's Joy with joyslife.com, and today we're going to be celebrating National Card Making Day. So I thought it would be a lot of fun to make this cute little card, Halloween based, using the Best of Pixar cartridge and making Mike. Mike's so cute. I like him. And so, along with Mike, we're going to also use the Joy's Life stamps. And I thought we'd use the I love you because Mike has that big old eye. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then my friend Megan from Above Ruby Studios sent us her awesome Paper Layerz paper. This stuff is so completely cool. I don't know if you've seen it. But you see the way that it's all these different squares? Look, it's one solid on the back, which is so cool. And this one is even patterned. It's got a neat dot on it. But what you do is you can just set your Cricut up to cut each one of these things using the different layers. So you don't have to keep changing paper. So they're 4x4 squares, and what you would do is you'll just say, okay, like we want to cut Mike out in black, so maybe we'll use this black down here. I actually have the perfect paper for this one. In this project, I'm going to use her Fond of Boo paper, how appropriately titled, and it has great colors for making Mike. We have two kinds of greens, and we've got a blue and a black and all this good stuff, so it's everything I need to make Mike. All right, you guys, let's get started. Well, I've got my Gypsy all set up to cut Mike out, so that's what it's doing right now. And I just laid it out on the mat so that everything would go and be cut out in the correct square using the colors that I wanted to use. It's so simple because when I use the Gypsy, I only have to press cut one time, and then the Gypsy just does all the work, and it's cutting out on all that, you know, on just that one sheet of paper, but I'm getting all these different color cuts, which I think is just so cool. Here's my Gypsy screen and how I have Mike cutting out. Everything is 4 inches apart. So like I have Mike here, and he goes all the way up just about to the 4th line. And then right above that I have other little pieces that are going to be cut out. And over here that's a whole different color, and that's why that's sitting there by itself, and something here and something there. But that's how I did it, so that I could just use the one sheet and get it all cut at once. So let's take a look at what got cut out. Okay, let's take a look. And here we are. I'm just going to pull it off like that and make sure everything got cut. And it did. Oh, it's looking so cool. So it's so nice to be able to just cut these out all at once, especially when you're doing these characters, because they're so complicated sometimes. So now I've got his little part of his eye. And we'll go ahead and I'll finish taking all these out and we'll assemble it, and you'll see Mike put together the next time you see him. Look at all those tiny pieces. See Mike's teeth? So he's got just these little tiny pieces, and they cut out really, really well. And then we have an eyeball right here, and that little hole came right out. So this is pretty impressive, I have to say. It's really hard to make all of these little characters, and especially when you have to change paper all the time, but this paper really made it a lot easier, I think. All right, let me get to gluing. Okay, Mike's all finished, and he's holding this little sign that I made using my I love you stamp, and it says I love you because he has a big eye. So he's just going to hold it in his little hand right there. Okay, now we've got Mike all cut out, and he's got his little sign, which I could have cut out from this paper, but I just didn't. And now we still have all these pieces left, so we are going to use them for some of our background. And I'm just going to try to figure out where Mike looks best. I don't think hot pink looks that scary for Halloween, but maybe up here. And what we could do is use a piece of one thing and then a piece of another. We could do him like that. You know what I think? I think you could use a blue background for night. Maybe something like that. Well, I'll work on that and get it all cut out, and then we'll put him on the card. Okay, I've come up with some good ideas, I think, for using Mike on a card. And what I've done is just cut some of these layers. And I do have a pink back, but I loved it. And I went ahead and tied a little bow on there before I really realized what else I wanted to do. I used the Martha Stewart Drippy Goo Punch to cut out this other piece from the Paper Layerz. On the back, it's a pretty purple. But we're just going to use the big fat Zig 2-way glue pen. This is the jumbo one. And it is dripping glue everywhere, isn't it? So I'm just going to stick this on there. It ought to stick without a problem with all that mess. So, wow. Way more than I needed. Way more. Alright. That is a hot mess right there. But at least I can get those little drippy goo parts down. Speaking of drippy goo, right? I need a napkin. Okay. We're just going to get this to work. It's now become a must. Okay. Now, see, I told you I could do it. Ta-da! You know, there's an easy way and a hard way. That was the hard way. Alright. Now I've got the drippy goo on my hands as well as the punch itself. Alright. There's the drippy goo punch. And now we're just going to figure out how we want to put Mike on here, and then he'll hold his sign. Meanwhile, I need to get this sticky stuff off my hands. Okay, we're just going to pop dot Mike up. And I've got some big fat pop dots. I love fat pop dots. And we'll just pop Mike. Pop. There's one. And I'll pop dot some more. And I'm going to use some smaller pop dots on the sign. Or a little I love you. These are just, oh, I'm going to need a little one, aren't I? Okay. We need to pop up his hand. Whoop. And I am going to reach. I'm actually just going to cut off a little piece of the sock. Did you see that fly? Okay. I'm going to cut off just a little piece of the material that the pop dots are on. Still pop dot material. But it's just the side of the packaging. Oh, shoot. And then I cut it, I stuck it down too far over on his hand. Alright, there we go. Probably didn't need quite that much. Backwards it looks like he's holding a piece of pie. Anyway, you get the general idea. I'll finish pop dotting him up, and he's going to be just like that, pop dotted, and he'll hold the sign in his hand. Oh, we don't need to pop dot the sign up because he's going to hold it. Unless I just put some dots under it to keep it from waving back and forth. I think I'll probably do that. Oh my goodness. I'm just so excited that I was able to make this entire card out of one sheet of paper. Isn't that cool? I think it is. So Mike came completely out of one sheet. Now, I told you I did use a different sheet of white paper. I didn't have to, though. I still have all this left over, and I could have stamped it from that. So I have that, and then I have this left. Look. Different color on the other side. And then these, I have that left. So I could have used something else. I still have things left out of one sheet of cardstock. Amazing. So I still have stuff left I can use. But there's Mike. I think he turned out pretty well. He's all popped up and ready to go. Look at all his pop dots. I'm a pop dot maniac. But that is how he is. And here's the inside. I just scored it on the inside and folded it over. You can put a little white piece of paper there so you can write your note. And the back I left pink because it came out of that one part that was like that. Now I could have done it on that side. And I didn't have to use pink. I could have used something else, but I like the pink because I thought that was really pretty. And this is going to go to my mom because I love her. And she won't be surprised at all to receive a card like this from me because that's just my sense of humor. I hope you have a wonderful World Card Making Day and that you go make something super fun and crafty. Have a great day and come see me at joyslife.com. Bye!